Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So welcome back to my lecture, grade 9, chapter 15, improvement in food resources. So today we will discuss the rest part of the chapter. So let's start today's lecture. First topic is the irrigation. Irrigation is basically the process of supplying the water to crop plant in a regular interval of time. That is known as irrigation. Okay, and water is the key input for the crop production. Without water, crop production that will not possible. So the process of supplying water to the crop plant by means of canals, reservoirs, etc. is known as irrigation. Irrigation that is necessary for survival and proper development of crop plant. Thus, in agriculture, irrigation fulfill the following goals. First is crop plants are irrigated with fresh water to supply two essential elements. First is hydrogen, second is oxygen. Second, irrigation provides sufficient moisture for germination of the seeds. Without water, seed will not germinate. This is because seeds do not germinate in the dry soil. And next, irrigation is necessary to increase the number of the aerial branches, okay, in the crop plant so as to get good crop yield. Different kind of irrigation system are used to supply water to agricultural land. They are wells, canal, rivers, tank and dams, etc. So first is well. There are two type of the well called dug well and tube wells. In dug wells, water is collected from the water bearing strata, and in the tube well, water is collected from the deeper strata. Okay. So next is the canals. In this system, canal receive water from the reservoirs, okay, and then distribute it to the field. Third is river lift system. In this system, water is lifted from river to irrigate field close to the rivers. Next, tank. There are small storage reservoirs which supply water to the fields. Fifth, check dams. These are used to stop rainwater from flowing away and help to increase groundwater level and reduce soil erosion. Sixth is sprinkler system. It is mostly used in the canal irrigated areas of Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. In this system, water is sprinkled throughout the radius of the sprinkler. Okay, and the sprinkler is a horizontal pipe raising from its pipeline with a nozzle fitted at the top of it, which rotate and sprinkle the water in the area evenly. Okay, in the given image you can see the sprinkler system. Okay, next is cropping pattern. These are the models of raising crop, okay, which help in obtaining maximum benefits from same place of the land and reduce the risk of crop failure, disease and infestation. Three common type of the cropping pattern are mixed cropping, intercropping and crop rotation. These are the three cropping pattern. So first is the mixed cropping. Farming is an agricultural process of the harvesting and solar energy in the form of economic produce to plants and animals. The Indian farmer depend a great deal on the monsoon for water, and monsoon sometimes brings flood and sometimes causes drought. Therefore, the result at marginal farmer or particularly in the rain-fed region that cannot take risk of the growing specialized crop. So they prepared a farming system that is known as mixed farming, which is practice of growing two or more plants simultaneously on a same piece of the land. Okay, that is the mixed farming. After that, advantages of mixed cropping. First, the risk of total crop failure due to uncertain monsoon is reduced. Second, fertility of the soil is improved by growing two crops simultaneously. Okay, if one crop is taking any mineral, the second will provide that same nutrient to the soil. Next, farmers tend to harvest a variety of the crop. Okay, and chances of the pest infestation are greatly reduced. Now, what are the objectives of mixed cropping? The basic objective of mixed cropping is to minimize the risk and ensure against the crop failure due to abnormal weather condition. Now, crop combination that we will use in the mixed cropping or farmers commonly used. In India, following combination of the crops are used by farmer in mixed cropping. First, maize plus urad beans, wheat plus mustard, barley and chickpea, cottons in moong, wheat and chickpea, etc. So if one crop is taking any nutrient, the second will provide the same nutrient to the soil, so that fertility will continue. Now, intercropping. Intercropping is a practice of growing two or more crops simultaneously in a same piece of the land in a definite row pattern. The practice of intercropping is adopted by small farmers, where farmers have less access to irrigation. Intercropping is an improved version of mixed cropping. In intercropping, all the crop combination in a mixed cropping can also be practiced in a intercropping. But row pattern are definite. That means 1:1, 1:2 or 1:3. It means after one row main crop, one or two or three row of the intercrop that will grow. Now, advantages of the intercropping. First, it makes better use of natural resources of sunlight, air and water. Second, soil erosion is effectively arrested. Third, the produce of each crop can be marketed and produced separately. Next, since the seeds of two crops are not mixed before sowing, fertilizers can be placed as per the need of a crop. Okay. Now, objectives of intercropping. The main objective of this cropping is to increase productivity per unit area. And the crop combinations used in mixed intercropping. The crop combination used in intercropping are same as the mixed cropping. Okay. You can see in the given image. Now, comparison between or difference between mixed cropping and intercropping. Mixed cropping aims to minimize risk of the crop failure. Intercropping aims to increase productivity per unit area. Mixed cropping, seeds of the crops are mixed before sowing. And in intercropping, seeds of two crops are not mixed. Third, in mixed cropping, it involves no set pattern of the rows of crop, but in the intercropping, set pattern of the rows are present. In mixed cropping, there is a difficulty of fertilizer application to individual crop, but in intercropping fertilizer can be placed as per need of the crop. In mixed cropping, spraying for the pest control to individual crop, that is difficult, whereas in intercropping pesticides can easily be applied to individual crop. In mixed cropping, harvesting and threshing of the crops separately, that will not possible, but in intercropping both crop can be easily harvested and threshed separately. In mixed cropping, marketing and consumption of only mixed produce is possible. In intercropping, product of each crop can be marketed and consumed separately. Now, crop rotation. Crop rotation can be defined as practice of growing of different crops on a piece of the land in a pre-plant succession. Growing leguminous crop after growing cereals crop, okay, which help to increase soil fertility. If crop rotation is done properly, 2 or 3 crops can be grown in a year profitably. In the given image you can see legumes, then roots, fruit, leaves. These are the different crops which we can use, okay. Depending upon the duration of the time, crop productions can be of following 3 types. First, 1 year rotation, second 2 year rotation, third 3 year rotation. You can read the components that of crop involved in rotation. Now, selection of the crops for rotation. Most commonly the legumes are included in crop rotation program as they increase the soil fertility. While making for the other crops, following points should be considered. First, availability of the moisture through rain or irrigation. Second, status of the nutrient in that soil. Third, duration of the crop, that is long or short. Next, marketing and processing facilities. And last, availability of inputs such as labor, fertilizer, pesticide, machine power, etc. Now, what are the advantages of the crop rotation? By alteration between deep and shallow rooted crops, the soil may be utilized more completely. Second, several crops can be grown in succession with only one soil preparation. Next, crop rotation reduces the need of the fertilizer. It also controls pests and weeds. Okay. Now the Norfolk rotation, this is one of the best known crop rotation, which involve the growing of 4 crops in a given over a period of 4 years. These crops are wheat, clove, beans, that is include legume, barley, that is also another cereal, turnip and sugarcane, that is a root crop. That is a different type of the Norfolk rotation. Okay, so rest part we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay, so till then stay at home, stay safe, be happy. Thank you.